all the way around.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the side.
AG, how was the motor ignited tonight for the team's offense?
Fueled by the defense. You know, in order for us to win, we have to play some solid defense, and I thought as we...
KG, thanks for the time, guys. He'll go down as one of the best defenders ever.
All right, Doris, thank you. Brooklyn saying thanks for watching. Now we'll head over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson, who's not too far away. EJ?
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, thank you, and now we get a chance to check out our Jordan player of the game. He's not always known to make the big headlines or get a lot of media attention, but he does make the big plays, and he made them throughout this one.
He put in some serious work on the glass, stayed aggressive, put that extra effort in, and chased down those long rebounds. Rebounding is so important for limiting those second chance points. He made a big impact tonight.
Well, he showed us just how good he can be when he's at the top of his game. And the building was stunned. You saw people leaving early, throwing popcorn, throwing hot dogs, spilling soda. He put on a CSDP, a crowd shut down performance. Man, that's what I'm talking about, Ernie.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.
Siamo fragili, se tutti ci toccano, siamo fatti di sogni che non ci fanno dormire.
Io non dormo quando ti penso, io non dormo e basta e compenso, io lo so che siamo uniti, se ha capito.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
With the Diesel and the Jet, this is Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight we'll see the Denver Nuggets playing against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Looking at the Thunder, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. And so for Kevin Durant, so many years in Oklahoma City, and I mean this has been his franchise since he's come into the league in Seattle and OKC. Free agency at the end of the season. Shaq, if you're in his shoes, what sort of things are you considering right now?
Well, he's the biggest player to hit unrestricted free agency since LeBron's decision. So my question to him is when, where, and who?
Yeah, well, it's a tough decision because everyone wants him. Who doesn't want that guy? But, you know, he's going to look at how he looks like a loyal guy. And they have put a lot and invested a lot of him in Oklahoma City. So, you know, my odds are that they have the first dibs at him.
That does it for us. Kevin Harlan with the call, and we'll see you later on.
Another preseason matchup as we start to see opening day on the horizon. This year's NBA season awaits. Welcome, everyone, to this 2K Sports Broadcast. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. We have Doris Burks on the sideline as well. We've got Denver facing the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Ready?
A look at the Nuggets. So far, they look pretty good here in the preseason. They'll look to further that at the start of the regular season as well.
You know, Kevin, it's always important to have some kind of fruit for your labor. Winning games is that fruit. When you play well and you win, then you feel good about yourself, and it gives you confidence, and that confidence can be built on during the course of a long NBA season.
But now is the time to start building it, and that's what they've been doing. It's been a very sharp preseason for them to this point. Let's see if they can keep the momentum going.
Now the starting group for the Denver Nuggets. Going out the wings, it's Foy and Gallinari. Kenneth Faried is out there with Wilson Chandler, and it's Moutier in at the point guard position. A lot of ferocious dunkers in the NBA, but what could you say about Westbrook as maybe the top dunker right now on that list?
Well, the ferocity, the tenacity. I mean, he's almost angry when he takes it to the basket the way he does. I think that's part of what makes him so special.
Here's Westbrook following the basket by Emmanuel Moody. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot two.
And for all the flash and dash in Oklahoma City over the past few years, Serge Ibaka silently goes about his business. While all eyes are on the megastars, Durant and Westbrook, Ibaka lurks around like a jaguar. I mean, finding opportunities to exploit any weakness in the opposition.
Talking about Ibaka, he does so many things that help his team. The little things that always make a difference, even with his superb free throw shooting, up to a remarkable, Clark, 84% last year.
Yeah, but, you know, Ibaka had an injury of his own. As much as people talked about Durant's injury, the knee soreness Ibaka had cost him 18 games last year, so that was tough for him.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a one-footer. Come on.
Mike Malone. Doris?
I asked him what he thought would be the key for them, and he told me dealing with the penetration of Russell Westbrook. He's one of the most explosive athletes in the game. We've got to send him to help and rotate early to deny him finishes at the rim. Guys, that's never easy.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. Here's Roberson following the basket by Emmanuel Moody. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. That shot wide open.
Assist from
For Oklahoma City, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Durant dishes to Adams. Chandler with the steal. The finish. And finished off by Faried.
And with that speed, once he took off, the D just had no chance of getting back.
Well, I think they did the right thing. I mean, just give up the 2 points and move forward. Hey, discretion is the better part of valor sometimes. Write that one down, game players. Discretion is the better part of valor.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. Knocks it loose. Pass to Westbrook. Looking to end the run, and he gets it to go. Westbrook's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. The Nuggets leading by 3. Well, it was a season last year of heartbreak and change for the Thunder, narrowly missing the playoffs as the Pelicans beat them out for that 8th position.
Yeah, and they were teetering back and forth on that 8th spot for most of the year. Ultimately, they just couldn't hold on to that final playoff spot.
For 3, Durant. A shot, no good. Now Denver takes it the other way. And matching up with the Thunder here, a little preseason preview.
Yeah, and no doubt this is a team that gave them a lot of trouble last season.
Yeah, they dropped the season series, but this is a preseason game. Rather meaningless in the big picture, but still perhaps a chance to measure themselves up against this opponent. A great assist. Nice work from Russell Westbrook.
The Nuggets have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. Lets it go from basket. Moutier's got 6. Looking at Denver, they got their last win against Phoenix.
We saw them play a really determined game when it came to chasing down rebounds, getting the 50-50 balls, getting good second chance opportunities. I mean, you love that kind of aggressiveness. That was impressive.
You know, they just seem to work hard throughout the game, but maybe even harder on that offensive backboard. It's almost as if they sense that was going to be the difference in the game.
Screen by Faried. Pass to Gallinari. Faried setting the pick for Gallinari. Shot clock at 6. And Faried throws it down.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
You know, Kenneth Faried was named to the NBA All-Rookie First Team 4 years ago. Took the league by storm with his energy and hustle. Looked like the sky was the limit for him, but every year since then, his numbers have looked very similar.
And first time out of the game called for Oklahoma City. Getting back to Fareed, the numbers through last season tell a very interesting story. His field goal percentage has gone down every year, while his free throw percentage has gone up every year.
Yeah, his rebounds, assists, steals, block numbers have all stayed relatively flat. You know, he's making a positive contribution, but maybe not at the level of that contract extension he signed back in 2014.
The Thunder going with a whole new group out there. Big group substitution here for Denver. Nurkic checked in for Reed. Hickson comes in for Wilson Chandler. Will Barton, he's checked in for Randy Foy. And Jameer Nelson is subbed in for Moutier. Now here is Augustine. Comes up empty down low.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
And you know they'll be conscious of him next time they take it inside, too. I mean, that's what really good defenders do. They make you think about their presence.
For three, Nelson. It's hauled in by Collison.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
Gallinari in the corner. And the three off target.
A clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
Here's Waiters, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Waiters got his first bucket of the night. Nuggets have gone an even 50% from the field. They are 7 of 14 for the game. Nurkic kicks to Barton, and he banks in the layup.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should continue to work the ball down low, Clark. It's really going to free up their outside shooting. And Kyle Singler, basically a three-point marksman. He really lost minutes after the trade to the Thunder last season, a second-round pick by Detroit a few years back. He's always averaged over 20 minutes a game. But with the Thunder, he was kind of banished to the end of the bench, and his play reflected that.
And talking about Kyle Singler last season, Greg, good point you made. You would have thought the trade to the Thunder would have given him more minutes. You know, Clark, they were looking for floor stretching options with Kevin Durant out.
Yeah, but so late in the season, he needed to learn all the schemes, get integrated with all the other players. Those are just a few reasons why he was rarely given the chance to make an impact.
So the whistle blows on the shot, and two free throws for the contact right there.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
The Nuggets shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. 2 shots. And the first one drops. He's perfect from the line this time. We've got 22 seconds left in the first. Now here's Waiters. His last outing, he had 8 points. Collison kicks to Singler. The shot's good. Collison making the play. And it's 6 points now in the game for Kyle Singler.
And both teams on fire from the opening tip.
Well, I don't doubt it, Greg. We're going to have an entertaining game of basketball here today. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that's the case.
And a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams really filling it up. Nuggets lead by 3. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. Kevin Durant, former MVP, still feels like he has room to grow, and he gives us some insight into that philosophy.
think it's another level I can go to. You know, always can be better. That's how I look at things. Teammates need me more than ever now. Coaches need more from me, so I got to dig deep and see where I can find it from.
Well, the will seems to be there, Greg, but Kevin Durant seems surrounded by uncertainty. Can he get that and stay healthy for the entire season? How does he work with his new coach? Where does he really want to be?
You know, the truth is, no one but Kevin knows the answers to those questions. And quite frankly, he may not know right now what those answers are. He's a very unique and introspective kind of guy, as we all saw when he accepted that MVP award a couple years ago. So let's just stay tuned on this one.
Thanks for being with us as we get going here once again. A preview of the upcoming NBA season ahead. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Denver.
You've got to like the consistency with which they're hitting that mid-range jumper.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
On the floor for Denver as we get going here in the second quarter. Fareed and Nurkic in the middle. Boudier out there at 4, and it's Chandler in at the 3. The Nuggets leading by 5. Tanking is something that all teams that are out of it tend to do. I hate that word, Clark, but it seems to be the one used by a lot. Nuggets didn't really try to hide it last season either.
Well, you know, it certainly looked that way. Right around March, they just started sitting key players for no real reason. They framed it as rest, but it didn't quite look that way.
Mm-hmm.
This guy is a beast on the board.